Hello everyone. Hello everyone. How are you? I hope you are all doing great and preparing well for your exam because time is less and you all have to prepare very much of your syllabus and you have to practice mock test and MCQs, PYQs, a lot of work. Don't need to be panic, just be calm and compose and whatever, however, whoever whatever amount of preparation you have done, just revise, retake, and revise. Focus on your weak point majorly. That will be helpful for you to increase your score. So, in this video, I will discuss the June exam 2024 PYQs, that is from Shift 1. I have not brought the marathon class today, but we will discuss the PYQs. It is also mandatory to discuss the PYQs of previous years. So let's discuss. But before starting the class, I would request you to everybody, if you are new to the channel, do like, share, and subscribe. Press the bell icon to get the latest informations and post updates, and also join the Telegram channel to get the PDF and notes. So with that, let's start the class. Here is the question number 1. So question number 1 you have on your screen. We do not have to time to waste, so we just start and revise and practice the MCQs, PYQs actually as much as we can. So question number 51 we have, which statement among the following rightly defines an epithet? Option A, an adjectival phrase that condemns the protagonist of a story novel. Option second, an adjectival phrase used to define a characteristic, quality, or attribute of some person or thing. Option 3, an adjectival phrase suited for inscription on a tomb or memorial. And option 4 you have a rhetorical figure by which the same word or phrase is repeated at the end of successive lines. What could be the correct answer? You have to tell. If you have practiced, you must know the answer. Epithet. Which statement among the following rightly defines the word epithet? Okay, so let's see the answer. Correct answer of this question is going to be the option 2. Option 2, that is an adjectival phrase used to define a characteristic, quality, or attribute of some person or thing. This is the correct answer. That means epithet is an adjectival or adjective phrase that is used to define a characteristics, quality, or attribute to some person or a thing. Also, I have brought the analysis. What is epithet? An epithet is a descriptive term, often an adjective or adjectival phrase used to highlight a prominent characteristic or quality of a person or thing. For example, in swift-footed Achilles, swift-footed is an epithet emphasizing a defining trait. Adjective, you can understand if there is a word, how we use adjective to define the quality of a person or a thing. So this is the epithet. Let's move on to the next question. We do not have time. I just want to. Okay. So question number 52 we have, who among the following invented Inkscape and Instrace? Option 1, I. Richards. Option 2, W. K. Wimsett. Option 3, William Faulkner. And option 4, G. M. Hopkins. Inkscape and Instrace, according to you, if you know, who among the following invented Inkscape and Instrace? Inkscape and Instrace. Let's see the answer. Correct answer of this question is going to be the option 4, G. M. Hopkins. G. M. Hopkins. Gerard Manley Hopkins, a Victorian poet, coined the terms Inkscape, coined this term Inkscape, the unique inner nature of a thing, and in stress, that means the force that holds the Inkscape together and enables it to be perceived. These concepts were central to his poetry and reflected his philosophical and spiritual insights. So do remember that Inkscape and Instrace is invented by G. M. Hopkins. Also, let me tell you that yesterday till 2 a.m. I prepared this PDF because I received a request of the students to upload the PYQs of June 2024 and 23. So if there is any errors, you please do understand, okay? Okay, let me move on to the next question. So next question we have a palindrome. Palindrome is dash. Option A, a recantation in song or verse. Option B, a play on words by alteration of letters. Option C, a word or sentence which reads the same both ways. Option D, a sequence of clauses or sentences which have a symmetrical structure. What could be the correct answer according to you? If you know palindrome is what it is. So the correct answer of this question is, let's see the answer. Correct answer of this question is going to be the option C, a word or sentence which reads the same both. Option C, a word or sentence which reads the same both ways. Next question. Here is an analysis I have given here. If you know a word or sentence that can be read in a same way, as you can see, sentence, a man, a plan, a canal, a Panama, and word you have phrase, number, sentence that reads the same. The PPT is here, Miss Mishap here. Let's move to the next question. Question number 54 you have, in his work The Postmodern Condition, Jean-Francois Lyotard announced the eclipse of all grand narratives and sought to declare the death of. Option 1, Keynesian equilibrium. Option 2, Christian redemption. Option 3, classical socialism. And option 4, Hegelian spirit. According to you, what is going to be the correct answer? In his work The Postmodern Condition, Jean-Francois Lyotard announced the eclipse of all grand narratives and sought to declare the death of. The answer of this question is going to be the option 4. That is the correct answer. Hegelian spirit. Hegelian spirit. What is Hegelian spirit? Hegelian spirit refers to the teleological unfolding of teleological unfolding of human history toward absolute knowledge or freedom, a core component of Hegel's grand narrative which Lyotard uses in obsolete in the postmodern age. Hegelian in the postmodern condition 1979, Lyotard critiques the legitimacy of knowledge in the postmodern era and famously defines postmodernism as incredulity toward meta narratives. This is the correct answer. Let's move on to the next question. Correct answer of the question number 55. What was the name of the first ship to transport indentured laborers from India to Trinidad and Tobago in 1854? What could be the correct answer? This question is important. After analyzing this paper yesterday night, I was so busy and tired because I was not well. While I was preparing this PDF, I got to know that there is a huge difference between a June and December exam cycle paper. Yeah. So what could be the correct answer? The name of the first ship you have to tell that transport indentured laborers from India to Trinidad and Tobago in 1954 was option B, Fertile Rosac. You remember, first ship to transport laborers from India to Trinidad and Tobago. Let's move on to the next question. What is this? The Fatal Razak, often spelled Fertile Rosac, was the first ship that transported Indian indentured laborers to Trinidad, arriving on May 30, 1845. They will ask you this question that on which date and year the ship was arrived. And despite the year in the question being slightly inaccurate, the ship is historically recognized for starting the indentured labor migration from India to the Caribbean. This day is now commemorated in Trinidad and Tobago as Indian Arrival Day. Do remember, they can ask anything. Next question. Next question we have, Who among the following was known as the Lady of Christ during his college days at Cambridge? Lady of Christ. Who among the following knows? Option 1 Richard Lovelace, option 2 Alexander Pope, option 3 John Milton, and option 4 Sir John Suckling. Correct answer. The correct answer of this question is going to be the option 3 John Milton. Option 3 John Milton. Why? John Milton, one of the greatest English poets, studied at Christ's College, Cambridge. His refined appearance and delicate manners earned him the nickname the Lady of Christ from his fellow students. Now you know how did he got the name? A play on the name of his college and his refined, even effeminate demeanor in his youth. This title was more satirical than complimentary, but it hints sensitivities and literary inclinations he was known for even in early life. Why John Milton is known as the Lady of Christ? You know that in the college he used to study, this nickname was given by his fellow students. Do remember, the name was given by his fellow students. They can ask anything, do remember. So even a small concept or thing you can't miss. Next question. Next question we have question number 57. Sir Thomas Browne's longest work, Vulgar Error, is about. Option 1 The mistaken beliefs of the poorly educated. Option 2 Vulgarity prevailing in aristocratic class. Option 3 Vulgar beliefs and practices of the time. Option 4 Use of vulgar language in literary works. Sir Thomas Browne's longest work, Vulgar Errors, is about. What is the significance of this work, Vulgar Errors by Sir Thomas Browne? You have to guess the correct answer. So I was telling you that I saw the difference between December and June cycle exam question paper. So I think December, it's according to me, I don't know what is your perspective, but December exam I found easier than June cycle. You can analyze yourself also. This is not the thing that you have to admit that ma'am is saying right. No, it can't. You have your mind, you can think yourself. Okay, so the correct answer of this question is, let's see, answer 3. Option 3 Vulgar beliefs and practices of that time. In that means at that time, if there is some practices of believing in vulgarity, this is what he mentioned in his work, Vulgar Errors. Let's move to the next question. Should I discuss? Okay. Pseudodoxia epidemica, commonly known as Vulgar Error, is a work by Sir Thomas Browne. They can ask you that what is the other name of this work, so do remember this. Written in the 17th century, it addresses widely held misconceptions or vulgar errors, not in the sense of rudeness but rather commonplace or popular errors. Browne critically examined and debunked numerous superstitions and pseudo-scientific field belief of this area. Let's move on to the next question. The first regular English tragedy Gorboduc contains 5 acts. While the first 3 acts were written by Thomas Norton, identify the author who wrote the remaining 2 acts. This question is very easy and from the history of English literature. The very first Gorboduc. The first 3 act is written by Thomas Norton. So you have to identify the other writer that he has contributed in writing 2 acts. Option 1 Thomas Kidd, option 2 John Lyly, option 3 Thomas Sackville, and option 4 Nicholas Udall. What could be the correct answer? Norton and this answer is very easy. Option 3 Thomas Sackville. Norton and Sackville, do remember this. Norton and Sackville are the writers of the Gorboduc. Let's move to the next question. Gorbaduc, do you know na how important it is and only survivor? 1561 is acknowledged as the first English tragedy. This play is known as Written in Blank Verse. It was a collaborative work where Thomas Norton wrote acts first to third and Thomas Sackville wrote acts fourth and fifth. They will ask you also that which act, whether it's fourth or fifth, written by whom. Sackville's contribution is particularly noted for its poetic style and political commentary, laying the groundwork for later Elizabethan tragedy. Now, do remember who were the collaborative collectively wrote this work. Next question. I do not want to waste my time to edit this video, so please forgive me if there is some error in speaking or pronouncing the word. It happens, it's a human error, you can't escape. I just want you to do understand. Question number 59 we have, who among the following English translators of the Bible was burnt to death for his beliefs? However, he is remembered for his careful and important work on translation. Option 1 John Wycliffe, option 2 William Tyndale, and option 3 Miles Coverdale, and option 4 King James. You have to guess the writer. Who among the following translators of the Bible was burnt to death for his beliefs? Following English translators of the Bible. The writer who translated the Bible was burned to death for his some type of belief. However, he is remembered for his careful and important work on translation. That means the person has dead already, burned to death because of his beliefs, but he do remembered for his careful and important work or translation that he has done. So let's see the answer of this question. Answer to William Tyndale. Answer to option 2. So what is this? Let me tell you. William Tyndale was a pioneering figure in the translation of the Bible into English. His translation was the first to be printed and was heavily influential on later versions, including the King James Bible. Due to his reformist belief and unauthorized translation efforts, he was condemned for heresy and executed in 1536. Despite this work remains a concrete in English religious literature. This is the reason that why he has burned to death. Do remember, because of his reformist beliefs. Okay, because of his reformist belief. Let's move to the next. Okay, so next question we have, how many knights in how many knights feature in Edmund Spenser's The Fairy Queen? Option 1 10, option 2 12, option 3 13, and option 4 11. Some questions definitely repeat in December. I can see here this question is also one of them. People thought that this is very easy. Yeah, it's this question is very easy. So how many nights? We do not have to waste time. Edmund Spenser's The Fairy Queen, how popular it is, you know. Option 2 12. 12 nights. The Fairy Queen The Fairy Queen by Edmund Spenser was designed to feature 12 knights, each representing a particular moral virtue. Although only 6 books were completed, the plan clearly indicated 12 knights symbolizing 12 virtues. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 61 we have, Alexander Pope's famous quote, "A little knowledge is a dangerous thing," appears in which one of the following works? Option 1 Essay on Criticism, option 2 The Dunciad, option 3 Essay on Man, and option 4 The Rape of the Lock. A little knowledge is a dangerous thing. In which work this quote appears? In which work the quote appears by Alexander Pope? Tell me. A little knowledge is actually a dangerous thing. Until you know the full. So correct answer of this question is, let's see what could be the correct answer. Essay on Criticism. Essay on Criticism. The little knowledge is a dangerous thing appears in the work Essay on Criticism. The quote originates from an essay on criticism 1709 by Alexander Pope. It reflects Pope's view on the risk of superficial understanding and remains one of the most cited literary aphorisms in English literature. Let's move to the next question. Question number 62, we have, who among the following friends of every man, the main protagonist of the best known morality play Every Man, stays with him even he leaves the world to face death? Who among the following? Option 1 beauty, option 2 knowledge, option 3 good deeds, option 4 strength. Who among the following friends of every man, the main protagonist of best known morality play Every Man, stays with him when he leaves the world to face death? It is also a saying that when we leave the world, only one thing will come with us, and that is our good deeds. Option 3 is the correct answer of this question. So, in the morality plays Every Man, as he prepares to face death, all his worldly companions abandon him. Obviously, nobody is going to be with you when you will leave the world. So, except for good deeds, यानी कि आपके अच्छे कर्म, who represents moral virtue and spiritual integrity, this symbolizes the idea that only our good actions accompany us after death. This is absolutely correct. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 63. Which of the following citations of an article published in a journal is in the correct format according to MLA Handbook 9th edition? There are many editions have already published, so you have to prepare them accordingly as per their edition. They will keep asking the questions from the each edition. Option 1, 2, 3, 4, you can see 2016 box, Colin Glennie Public Reading and the Civil War Draft Lottery American Periodicals Volume 626 number 2, 2016 pp 14966. This is the type of citations that we put on our journal. So you have to guess the correct one. Let's see the correct answer. Answer 4. This is the correct answer. Public Reading and the Civil War Draft Lottery American Periodicals Volume 269. This is the correct answer. What could be the analysis of this? Option 4 follows the MLA 9th edition guidelines. Author's full name, article title in quotation marks, italicized journal name, volume issues, year and page numbers. Proper punctuation and orders are essential in this 9th edition. This is what they have mentioned in the 9th edition for MLA. So you can remember this also. If you remember that the first you have to write the author's name, then article title in quotation, italicized journal name, then volume, issue and year, page numbers, proper punctuation and order. This could be the correct order to write MLA. Let's move on to the next one. Question number 64, we have, while documenting when is a block quotation used in prose? Option 1, if a quotation runs in more than 4 lines. Option 2, if a quotation runs in more than 5 lines. Option 3, if a quotation runs in more than 3 lines. And option 8, if a quotation runs in more than 2 lines. It is confusing, so do read this very carefully. It's the option is 1, 2, 3, 4. What could be the correct answer? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what happens. Please understand that it's difficult to write with my hand. So correct answer, let's see. Correct answer of this question is, if a quotation runs in more than 4 lines. Do remember. That means according to MLA Handbook 9th edition, a block quotation in prose is used when the quoted text exceeds 4 lines. It should be indented and formatted without quotation marks. So this was the correct answer. Remember the question now, when is a block quotation used in prose? Let's move on to the next question, everybody. How are words from a language other than English written in a research paper? Option 1 bold letters, option 2 in italics, option 3 underline, option 4 capital letters. When we prepare something in hurry, this is what happens. See, letters is shifting down from the fourth option. Sorry. What could be the correct answer? How are words from a language other than English written in a research paper? Correct answer of this question is in italics. In academic writing, words from a foreign language are typically italicized to distinguish them from the rest of the English text as per MLA and APA style guidelines. We have seen many times in book also that the few important words, or if they want to highlight something, they made the word in italicized. Let's move on to the next question. According to MLA handbook, the mechanics of prose refer to technical questions that writers must follow. These include, according to MLA handbook, you have to pick the correct one. Option 1 spelling, punctuation, grammar, capitalization. Option 2 spelling, punctuation, capitalization, style, numbering. Option 3 spelling, punctuation, capitalization, content. Option 4 spelling, capitalization, style of numbering and linguistics. Correct answer. So the correct answer of this question is going to be the option 1 spelling, punctuation, grammar and capitalization. With this we remember this. In MLA handbook, the mechanics of prose refers to the technical questions that writer should follow. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, let's move on to the next question, everybody. So, the mechanic of prose in MLA style typically refers to spelling, punctuation, grammar, and capitalization, which are foundational rules for clear and correct writing. Do remember. Next question we have. Who among the following published a series of essays titled The New Criticism? Option 1 John Crow Ransom. The New Criticism, you have to tell that who among the following published a series of essay in New Criticism, titled as New Criticism. Option 1 John Crow Ransom. Option 2 William K. Wimsett. Option 3 Monroe C. Beardsley, and option 4 Alan Ted. What could be the correct answer? Who among the following published a series of essay titled The New Criticism? The New Criticism. How popular this is? Correct answer of this question is very easy. John Crow Ransom published. From this, the new criticism, topic, thing, aspects, theorist, they started writing everything about this topic. So this is how it begins. Next question. The New Criticism is a landmark collection of essays published by John Crow Ransom, introducing and defining the literary theory of the same name. Question number 68 we have. Who among the following observed that the artistic critic, like the mystic, is an antimonium always? Option 1 Walter Pater, option 2 Oscar Wilde, option 3 Edgar Allan Poe, and option 4 E.M. Forster. The artistic critic like a mystic. What could be the correct answer? Let's see the correct answer. So the correct answer of this question is option 2 Oscar Wilde. This quote reflects Wilde's belief in the paradoxical nature and art and criticism. Oscar Wilde, a leading figure in the aesthetic movement, often spoke about the mystical and contradictory roles of the critic. So this is the correct answer. Antimonium always, that is by Oscar Wilde. Let's move on to the next question, everybody. In between, it's a request to please subscribe, and if you are watching, if you have joined the first time, do subscribe, and also if you are watching, do like. So question number 69 we have, who among the following was not associated with Lake School of Poetry? Lake School. I have prepared notes on the school different schools in the from English literature. I will upload the video. For option 1 we have St. Coleridge, option 2 Robert Southey, and option 3 William Blake, and 4 William Wordsworth. Not associated. Always remember, we often make mistake that we forget to read the negative point, that is among them who were not associated from the Lake School of Poetry. So who could be the correct answer? Lake School of Poetry. Correct answer of this question is, if I am right, William Blake is not associated. Correct answer, yes, correct. William Blake is not associated the Lake School of Poetry. The Lake poets were a group of romantic poets associated with the Lake District. They used to live around the Lake District, namely Wordsworth, Coleridge, and Southey. William Blake, although a romantic poet, but was not part of the Lake School and had distinct philosophical and visionary themes. So, do you remember why the poets were known as lake poets? Because they lived around a lake district. Next question. This is what they do, just anything. Who among the following did not belong to angry young men generation of British playwrights, novelists? Again, not belong. Option 1 Amos Kingsley, option 2 John Osborne, option 3 Colin Wilson, and option 4 J.B. Priestley. These are the writers who also belong to the kitchen sink drama. Kitchen sink drama that refers to the domestic, that shows the domestic violence, the domestic aspects, domestic life, that is the kitchen sink drama. So what could be the correct answer? Who writer playwrights do not belong to the angry young men generation? Correct answer of this question is, let me remove this first, J.B. Priestley. M.S. Kingsley was there, Osborne was there, Wilson was there. He was not there. Let's move on to the next one. What is Angry Young Men? The Angry Young Men was a group of British writers in the 1950s known for their disillusionment with traditional British society. While Kingsley Amis, John Osborne, and Colin Wilson were prominent figures of this group, J.B. Priestley was from an earlier generation and was not associated with this moment. So do remember the three names and discard the fourth one. Next question. Sorry, you have seen the answer. Question number 71. Who among the following coined the term stream of consciousness? Option 1 Virginia Woolf, option 2 Marcel Proust, option 3 May Sinclair, and option 4 James Joyce. Who coined the term stream of consciousness? Stream of consciousness. Correct answer of this question is, you have seen already. So option 3, May Sinclair coined the term stream of consciousness. Stream of consciousness is a technique heavily used by Virginia Woolf, James Joyce. This term was coined, William James was also there. But May Sinclair, why? Let me tell you. Although James Joyce and Virginia Woolf are known for using the stream of consciousness technique, the term itself was coined by May Sinclair in a discussion of Dorothy Richardson's work. She first used the phrase in 1918 while reviewing Richardson's novels. Okay, so let's move to the next question. Next question we have, which among the following is not a novel written by Jean Rice? Option 1 Quartet, option 2 Good Morning Midnight, option 3 Voyage in the Dark, and option 4 Golden Child. Which of these novels was not written by Jean Rice? Correct answer of this question is going to be the option 4, the Golden Child. Option 4 Golden Child is the work not written by Jean Rice. Then who is the writer? Jean Rice is known for such novels such as Quartet, Good Morning, Midnight, and Voyage in the Dark. Golden Child, however, is a novel by Claire Adam, not Jean Rice. Let's move on to the next question. What is the title of Mary Wollstonecraft's autobiographical novel? Option 1 Maria or The Wrongs of Women. Option 2 Mary, a fiction. Option 3 Wives and Daughters. Option 4 The Well of Loneliness. Is the title of Mary Wollstonecraft's autobiographical novel. Correct answer of this question is option 1 Maria or the Wrongs of Women. Maria or the Wrongs of Women is considered an autobiographical novel by Mary Wollstonecraft dealing with women's rights and personal freedom. And apart from the other options, Mary a Fiction is also by Wollstonecraft but is less autobiographical. Wives and Daughters is by Elizabeth Gaskell and The Well of Loneliness is by Redcliffe Hall. Next question. Which text among the following is the sequel to Louisa May Alcott's novel Little Women? Option 1 The Little Man, option 2 Good Wives, option 3 Joe's Boys, and option 4 An Old Fashioned Girl. Option is mentioned as 5, 6, 7, 8. It happens. Human error. So the correct answer of this question is option 2 Good Wives. Option 2 Good Wives. What is that? Good Wives is the direct sequel to Little Women. While many editions combine both under the title Little Women, they were originally published separately Little Women 1868 and Good Wives 1869. It continues the story of the March sisters into adulthood, marriage and life after girlhood. This is what these stories mentions novel. Little Man and Joe's Boys follow later, expanding on the lives of Joe and her students, and An Old Fashioned Girl is unrelated to the Little Women series. Let's move on to the next question. Who among the following is the author of I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings? Option 1 Toni Morrison, option 2 Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, option 3 Ama Ata Aidoo, and option 4 Maya Angelou. These are the names we Indian pronounce the way. Still I am able to pronounce very everything much better, not as per the expectations but much better. So what could be the correct answer? I Know Why the Caged Birds Sings is by option 4 Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings is an autobiography by Maya Angelou published in 1969. It is a critically acclaimed work that explores themes of identity, racism, and resilience. Maya Angelou is an influential American poet, memoirist, and civil rights activist. The other authors listed are prominent writers, but none wrote this particular autobiography. So, Toni Morrison is known for Beloved, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie for Americana, and Ama Ata Aidoo is a Ghanaian writer that is from Ghana, famous for plays and novels. This is from world literature. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question we have, who among the following is the author of The Implied Reader and Act of Reading? These two works has mentioned here. You have to guess the correct writer that authored. Option 1 Roland Barthes, option 2 Wolfgang Iser, option 3 Stanley Fish, and option 4 H.R. Joss, that is Hans Robert Joss, who authored The Implied Reader and the Act of Reading. So the correct answer of this question is option 2 Wolfgang Iser. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, let me tell you, explain you actually. Wolfgang Iser was a German literary theorist known for his contributions to reader response criticism. He authored The Implied Reader and the Act of Reading, where he discusses how meaning in a text is created through the interaction between the reader and the text. Roland Barthes, Stanley Fish, and Hans Robert Joss are also important figures in literary theory, but the specific works, The Implied Reader and the Act of Reading, are attributed to Wolfgang. Okay? In this work, what he has mentioned, you have to remember that interaction between the reader and the text. How meaning is in a text created by interacting between the reader and the text. That means when we read the text, we try to and we eventually able to find the meaning of the given text. Next question. Which among the following is not a state of human mental disposition as posited by Jacques Lacan? Option 1, the historical order. Option 2, the imaginary order. Option 3, the symbolic order. And option 4, the real. What could be the correct answer? Which among the following is not a state of human mental disposition as posited by the Jacques Lacan? Correct answer of this question is going to be the option 1, the historical order. What is this? The historical order, a French psychoanalyst Jacques Lacan developed the theory of the three orders of the human psyche. What was that? The imaginary, the symbolic and the real. You can remember this. They will also ask you that what three orders of the human developed by Jacques Lacan. So first one here is imaginary, second the symbolic and the fourth one is the real. These are the fundamentals to understanding human mental disposition in his psychoanalytic framework. The historical order is not one of Lacan's concepts related to mental state. The imaginary involves images and illusions. The symbolic involves language and social structures. And the real refers to what is outside of language and cannot be symbolized. This is what he tried to say. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question we have, which among the following novelists remarked that falsehood is so easy, truth is so difficult? Examine your words well and you will find that even when you have no motive to be false, it is a very hard thing to say the exact truth, even about your own immediate feelings. Option 1, Charles Dickens. Option 2, George Eliot. Option 3, William Makepeace Thackeray. And option 4, Thomas Carlyle. Who said this statement? Who remarked this? That falsehood is so easy, truth so difficult. Examine your words well, and you will find that even when you have no motive to be false, it is a very hard thing to say the exact truth. So the correct answer of this question is going to be the option 2, George Eliot. George Eliot, what is this? This quote is attributed to George Eliot, the pen name of Mary Ann Evans. This is also asked important, do remember that what is the pen name of George Eliot? They will ask you. A renowned Victorian novelist, it reflects her deep psychological insight and her exploration of human morality and complexity. The remarks comes from her novel Adam Bede, in which novel this remark they has quoted. So you do remember Adam Bede, in which year? 1859, where she reflects on the human struggle with honesty, even with oneself. While Dickens, Thackeray, and Carlyle were the influential writers and thinkers, this particular observation is distinctly Eliot's in tone and theme. In which work this has been published? Adam Bede. In which year? 1859. Let's move on to the next question. Next question we have, who among the following stated that true philosopher and the true poet are one, and a beauty which is truth and a truth which is beauty is the aim of both? Option 1, Edgar Allan Poe. Option 2, Philip Sidney. Option 3, Ralph Waldo Emerson. And option 4, John Keats. True philosopher and the true poet are one. This is the quote statement that is stated, and a beauty which is truth and a truth which is beauty. Let's see the correct answer. So the correct answer of this question is option 4, John Keats. This statement echoes the famous line from John Keats' poem Ode on a Grecian Urn. In which work this quote has been given? This statement has stated by John Keats, so you can remember the work is Grecian Urn, where he writes, "Beauty is truth, truth is beauty, that is all we know on earth and all we know need to know." Keats believed in the unity of aesthetic beauty and philosophical truth, making him a central figure in the Romantic movement, while Emerson and Sidney also reflected on poetry and truth. The distinctive phrasing and philosophy behind this quote point directly to Keats. Next question. We have to, I'm trying to finish it fast because I have to find the June 2023 question paper. I'm not able to find that. The this question. How? Oh, it's okay. Nobody. It has been messed. The see, gentleman's a ends is here. Magazine. These are from the option third. This is what happened when we try to do something in hurry. So question number 80 we have, which periodical was started by Joseph Addison and Richard Steele after the closing of the Spectator in 1712? You have to guess the correct answer. I will tell you carefully. First, option 1 Tatler, option 2 Guardian, option 3 Gentleman's Magazine, and option 4 Athenian Mercury. What could be the correct answer? Joseph Addison and Richard Steele started after the closing of the Spectator in 1712. This type 1 or 2 questions always appear. There are few topics and few things that you can't miss. You just have to memorize, you can never forget. They always ask. Let's see the correct answer. So the correct answer of this question is option 2, Guardian. What is this? Let me tell you. After the Spectator ceased publication in 1712, Joseph Addison and Richard Steele launched the Guardian in the same year, that is 1712. Like their earlier works, the Guardian focused on moral and literary issues. Guardian is also pronounced as a guardian. Using a light and engaging style, the Tatler, also founded by Steele in 1709, do you remember? Actually preceded the Spectator. The Gentleman's Magazine and the Athenian Mercury were influential periodicals of the 18th century but were not founded by Addison and Steele. Do remember. Next question. Sorry. Next question we have, who among the following called John Dryden the father of English criticism and affirmed that modern English prose began with Dryden's essay of dramatic poesy? Father of English criticism, John Dryden. Who called him? Who addressed him as the father of English criticism? Option 1 Alexander Pope, option B Jonathan Swift, option C Samuel Johnson, and option D Charles Lamb. Who was the figure that addressed him or called him the father of English criticism? Let's see the answer. Correct answer of this question is going to be the option C, Samuel Johnson. Why he said that? Because Samuel Johnson, the eminent 18th century literary critic and lexicographer, the one who compiles dictionary, praised John Dryden for his pioneering work in literary criticism. He referred to Dryden as the father of English criticism and credited him with shaping modern English prose through works like Essay of Dramatic Poesy 1668. This essay set new standards for critical thinking and prose style in English literature. John Dryden's work is the work when he satirically commented on one of the writers. That work I like reading in a funny way. I am not remembering the work. Okay, never mind. So this essay set new standards for critical thinking and prose style in English literature, while Pope admired Dryden's poetry and Swift and Lamb had their own literary influence. So let's move on to the next question, everybody. Please subscribe also and do share this among your friends who are also preparing and finding platform to prepare for their career. Yes, this is what we expect after graduating, mastering, and this is the life actually. We never stop learning. Still, we never, only few of them reach their destination. It's fine. You don't need to be worried. Let's move to the next question. We do not have to time to waste. Okay. So who among the following was not associated with the Bloomsbury group? Option 1 Virginia Woolf, option 2 John Maynard Keynes, option 3 Leighton Strachey, and option 4 Edmund Husserl. Not associated with the Bloomsbury group. Bloomsbury group. This question was also appeared in last year, but the options were different. The options were different. The same question appeared in December 2024 exam that was happened in Jan 6th, 7th actually. Shift 2nd, I remember. Correct answer of this question is going to be the option for Edmund Husserl. And in that option, there was a writer W.B. William Butler Yeats was discarded from the. That means Virginia Woolf, John Maynard Keynes, and Leighton, these are the part of Bloomsbury group, but he is not. Let's move to the next question. Also, let me tell you what is Bloomsbury group. Bloomsbury Group was an influential group of English writers, intellectuals, philosophers, and artists in the early 20th century known for their progressive views on art, literature, and society. Key members included Virginia Woolf, John Maynard Keynes, and Leighton Strachey. Edmund Husserl, on the other hand, was a German philosopher and the founder of phenomenology. He was not connected to the Bloomsbury group either geographically or intellectually, making him the correct answers. Move on to the next question. Which among the following critics stated that the object of study in literary science is not literature but literariness? That is, what makes a given work a literary work? Option A, Victor Shklovsky, option B, Roman Jakobson, option C, Clint Brooks, and option D, Alan Tate. Correct answer. Which among the following critics stated that these critics you have to find from the new literary criticism? I think there are one or two writers. The object of study in literary science is not literature but literariness. Let's see the correct answer of this question. Correct answer, Roman Jakobson. What is this? Roman Jakobson, a Russian linguist and literary theorist, made the influential claim that the true focus of literary studies should be on literariness, the qualities that distinguish literary text from other forms of communication. This concept is central to Russian formalist, a movement Jakobson helped shape. While Victor Shklovsky was also a key formalist and known for his concept of defamiliarization, the specific quote about literariness as the object of literary science is attributed to Jacobson. Let me tell you, everybody, I have now prepared the most important concepts, terms, around 100, and I have already uploaded the video. If you have not watched, you will, if you will see the concepts and terms, you will definitely, that video will definitely going to be helpful for you. So do watch. I have already uploaded. Let's move to the next question. Sorry. What was the immediate motivation for Philip Sidney to write Apology for Poetry as a defense of poetry? Option A, emphasis on history in Holinshed's Chronicles. Option B, philosophical questions raised in Thomas More's Utopia. Option C, attack on poetry in the School of Abuse by Stephen Gosson. And option D, exposure of human foibles and failings in Erasmus in praise of folly. What would be the correct one? Immediate motivation for Philip Sidney to write Apology for Poetry as a defense of poetry. Do remember. Immediate motivation. Correct answer of this question is going to be the option C. Option C, Attack on Poetry in the School of Abuse by Stephen Gosson. The analysis, Philip Sidney wrote an apology for poetry, also known as the Defense of Poesy, as a direct response to Stephen Gosson's 1579 pamphlet, The School of Abuse. You can remember that in which work, on which work he gave the response by writing The Defense of Poesy, which harshly criticized poetry and poets for prompting immorality and idleness. Let's move to the next question. The poem France, an ode, is written by option A, William Wordsworth, option 2, S.T. Coleridge, option 3, William Blake, and option 4, Robert Southey. France, an ode, is written by. Correct answer of this question is option 2, S.T. Coleridge. Let's move on to the next question. What is this work? France, an ode, originally titled The Recantation. Do you remember the original title? They will ask you sometime. An ode in 1798. 1798 is the period when the lyrical ballad was started. Now, the poem expresses Coleridge's initial support for the French Revolution and his later disillusionment with its violent turn and Napoleon's betrayal of revolutionary ideas. 1798, which two writers contributed collaboratively published their work, and what amount of work they have published together? It was S.T. Coleridge and William Wordsworth. Let's move on to the next question. So next question we have, who among the following defined taste as that faculty of the soul which discerns the beauties of an author with pleasure and the imperfections with dislike? Option 1, Joseph Addison, option 2, Samuel Johnson, option 3, Richard Steele, and option 4, Daniel Defoe. Who among the following defined taste as that faculty of the soul which discerns the beauties of an author with pleasure? Correct answer of this question is option 1, Joseph Addison. What is this? Joseph Addison, a prominent essayist and co-founder of The Spectator, is credited with this influential definition of taste. In his essay, Addison emphasized the importance of refined judgment in appreciating literature and art. Okay, now let's move to the next question. We have finished 80 questions now. Yeah, more than 80. I will try to finish as much as I can because okay, next question. The poetic lines, there is one great society alone on earth. The noble living and the noble dead appear in option 1, Biographia Literaria, option 2, The Prelude, option 3, Excursion, and option 4, Lyrical Ballads. The poetic lines, there is one great society alone on earth. All the quotes has mentioned in this PYQs, no? You do remember by the year writer if I have mentioned in this PDF. So what could be the correct answer? Correct answer to this question is option 3, Excursion. Excursion, it is written by William Wordsworth. These are lines from William Wordsworth's long philosophical poem, The Excursion, 1814. The poem explores themes of nature, society, morality, and human connection, often though through deep philosophical dialogue. The quoted line reflects Wordsworth's idealistic belief in a moral and spiritual community that transcends life and death. And what about the other works? Biographia Literaria is by Coleridge and is a prose work. The Prelude is autobiographical but doesn't contain this line, also by William Wordsworth. Okay. Lyrical Ballads marks Wordsworth and Coleridge's poetic evolution but not this specific quote. Hence, the correct source would be Excursion. Do you remember? Next question. What does an eponymous character mean? eponymous character mean, you have to tell. Option 1, an eponymous character is essentially devilish in nature, that is not good. Option 2, an eponymous character gives his or her name to the title of the work. Option 3, an eponymous character is intriguing in nature. And option 4, an eponymous character is superfluous in the plot. Eponymous character trait, you have to tell that what does this character refers. Correct answer of this question is going to be the option eponymous character. Yes. Option 2, an eponymous character gives his or her name to the title of the work. Let me tell you the example. Title of the work, yes. So the eponymous character is one whose name is used as the title of the literary work. For example, that Hamlet in Shakespeare's play Hamlet, the name of the main protagonist is also Hamlet and the title of the work is also Hamlet. Or Jane Eyre in Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre. The term comes from the Greek word eponymous, meaning giving name. Do remember this. They will ask you that from which language this word has been derived and what is the meaning. Giving name is the meaning, eponymous from the Greek word. This character is often central to the story but not necessarily devilish, intriguing, or always pivotal to the plot's proximity, like Hamlet. Next question. Next question we have, which among the following is not a play written by Eugene O'Neill? Option 1, Anna Christie. 2, Strange Interlude. 3, The Flower and the Star. And 4th, All God's Children Got Wings. What would be the correct answer? The play that is not written by Eugene O'Neill. So the correct answer of this question is going to be option 3, The Flower and the Star. Okay, let's move on to the next question. And other works, Eugene O'Neill, a major American playwright, is known for his emotionally intense and innovative plays. Anna Christie 1921 won the Pulitzer Prize. Strange Interlude 1921-28 is famous for its use of interior and monologue. All God's Children Got Wings 1924 explores race and identity. Which statement among the following rightly defines an invective? Option 1, denunciatory, abusive, or vituperative speech or writing. Option 2, eulogizing speech, writing, or act of a person. Option 3, speech or writing that establishes the belief in God. Option 4, the speech or writing that is essentially appreciative of a person. Correct answer. Which statement among the following rightly defines an invective? What is the meaning of invective? Correct answer of this question is, everybody. So the correct answer of this question is going to be, option 1, denunciatory, abusive, or vituperative speech or writing. An invective is a literary or rhetorical device that involves harsh, abusive language directed against a person or idea. Okay, it is often used to express anger or contempt, and the term is used in Latin invectivus, meaning attacking. Next question. 100 question, I think we can done. Arrange the following works of Raymond Williams in the correct chronological order of their publication. Chronology questions you can't miss. Just do remember the work by the important writer according to the year publication, because the written year and publication year is very different, so you must memorize accordingly. 30 to 40 questions of chronology, 35, 30, 20 questions you will face chronological order or matching. Do prepare. Okay, so keywords we have: culture and society, the long revolution, the country and the city, modern tragedy. Correct chronological order of this work. So correct answer of this question is, options you have. Correct answer of this question is option 3, C, B, D, A, E. Here is the correct order I have mentioned. That means the first work was a year Culture and Society 1958. Remember the year. The Long Revolution 1961, Modern Tragedy 1966, The Country and the City 1973, and A Keywords 1976. This is the correct chronology of the work by Raymond Williams. Raymond Williams. Culture and Society first, Long Revolution, Modern Tragedy, Country and the City, and Keywords. Next question, everybody. Arrange the following works of Dr. B. R. Ambedkar in the correct chronological order of their publication. Asked. This is favorite question by net. They will ask you somehow one or two questions related with B. R. Ambedkar. So you have to arrange Mr. Gandhi and Emancipation of Untouchables, The Annihilation of Caste, The Problem of the Rupee, Its Origin and Its Solution, Freedom versus Freedom, Buddha and His Dhamma. Correct chronological order of their publication you have to. So the correct answer of this question is going to be the option you have seen, A, B, D, E, C. So correct answer of this question is going to be the option 2, that is C, B, A, D, E. Here is the correct chronology. Do remember the year, publication year. The Problem of the Rupee came first, that is in 1923. The Annihilation of Caste 1936. Mr. Gandhi and the Emancipation of the Untouchables 1943. Freedom versus Freedom likely in mid 1940s, lesser known but appears post 1943. I have mentioned everything. It was midnight. After midnight I was preparing this PDF. I hope you do understand, and if there is any error or mistake, I extremely apologize for that. I won't edit this video. I hope you do understand and do not degrade. And the last one, 1957, the publication work was Buddha and His Dhamma. This is the correct chronology. You can remember by the year of publication. Okay. 1943, and did this work Mr. Gandhi and the Emancipation and Freedom versus Freedom in the same year. You can remember this, but the before you have to put the Mr. Gandhi and emancipation. Emancipation. Let's move on to the next question. It's 10 o'clock. Okay. So next question we have, arrange the following philosophers' theories in the correct chronological order of their birth. I was thinking to bring all the chronologies and matching questions together, but no worries. But so option we have Simon de Beauvoir. Yes, option you can see. Option B, Walter Benjamin. Option C, Jean Baudrillard. Option D, Mikhail Bakhtin. And option E, Roland Barthes. What could be the correct answer? You have to tell the philosophers' theories in the correct chronological order of their birth. By birth, that which writer, theorist, born first. Everything they ask, they won't leave you. Correct answer of this question is going to be the option 1, B, D, E, A, C. That means birth according to their birth year. Walter Benjamin 1892, Mikhail Bakhtin 1895, Roland Barthes 1915, Simon de Beauvoir 1908, and Jean Baudrillard 1929. Do remember the birth of this theorist. Let's move on to the next question. Mentioned everything here. If I will share the PDF now, you do memorize. Let's move to the next one. Arrange the following Indian writers in the correct chronological order of their birth. R.K. Narayan you have, Raja Rao, Sri Aurobindo, and A.S. Venkataramani. Options, let me show you. And also Sarojini Naidu. E option. They will give you 5 options, not 4. Make you more confused. This is the option. Let me tell you the correct answer of this question is option 3, CEDAB, that means Sri Aurobindo first, Sarojini Naidu second, A.S. Venkataramani 1880 third, R.K. Narayan fourth, and Raja Rao 1908 fifth. This is the correct chronological birth year of the Indian writers. Indian writers. Sri Aurobindo's one or two or three question you will definitely face. R.K. Narayan is also important and Raja Rao is also. Let's move on to the next question. Options also I have to see. Arrange the following novels in the correct chronological order of their publication. Option A, So Many Hungers. Option B, All About H. Hatter. Option C, Music for Mohini. Option D, The Waiting for the Mahatma. And option E, Kanthapura. Correct chronological order of their publication. This is what they ask, whether it's publication year, written year, birth year of the writers, theorist. Correct answer of this question is going to be the option 3. Just focus on the answer, okay? Just focus on the answer and do try to memorize the year that I have mentioned here. Also, correct answer is this. So Kanthapura publication year came first 1938, So Many Hungers 1947, that in the year we got freedom. Music for Mohini 1952, The Waiting for the Mahatma 1955, and All About H. Hatter 1966. Okay, first you have to put Kanthapura. Remember the work Kanthapura first and the All About H. Hatter, that would be the last. Next question. Next question we have options. This is also chronology. Arrange the following plays of George Bernard Shaw, that is GB Shaw, in the correct chronological order of their publications. Option A, Pygmalion. Option B, Man and Superman. Option C, Arms and the Man. Option D, Too True to Be Good. And option E, Saint John. Correct chronological order of their publication. So the correct answer of this question is going to be the option 2, CBEAD. Arms and the Man came first, that is in 1894, Man and Superman 1903, Saint John 1923, Pygmalion 1912, performed in 1913, okay? And Too True to Be Good 1932, publication year na, so 1912. This is the correct chronological year of the publication, by the publication. Next question. It is also chronology. Okay, so arrange the following detective novels of Agatha Christie in the correct chronological order of their publication. You have seen the answer. No problem. Option A, Death on the Nile. Option B, Murder on the Orient Express. Option C, Sparkling Cyanide. Option D, The Mysterious Affair at Styles. And option E, The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. Detective novels of Agatha Christie. Detective novels in the correct chronological order as per their publications. Let's see the correct answer, everybody. So this is the correct chronology. Option D is the first one, that is 1920, Mysterious Affairs at Styles. Second, The Murder of Roger Ackroyd 1926, Murder on the Orient Express 1934, Death on the Nile 1937, and Sparkling Cyanide 1945. 1945. Do subscribe also, please. And also I would like to tell you, it's a thing that I want to say, that if you have any confusion regarding any topic, if you want to see that which topic I should bring first, or you want to prepare for, just do let me know by the commenting, okay? Like one of the students asked me that, ma'am, please upload the June 2024 and 2023 PYQs. So this is what I have brought, because this is eventually going to be helpful for you by practicing these PYQs. Also I have put the analyzation, the correct publication, correct answer, and if there is something error, you can please go ahead with the correction. And also, if you're doing the correction, do let me know also. Teacher are also human, so they can have some errors. Let's move to the next question. We will finish the 100 questions. Okay, till 100 question I will do, and rest of the question I will bring you the next time. Okay, so arrange the following children's book in the correct chronological order of their publication. Option A, you have J.K. Rowling, The Goblet of Fire. Option B, Philip Pullman, Northern Lights. Option C, C.S. Lewis, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. Option D, J.R.R. Tolkien, The Hobbit. And option E, William Golding, Lord of the Flies. What could be the correct answer? So the you have to arrange the children books in the correct chronological order of publication. See how publication a year of the work they have put in the chronology. So do prepare accordingly. Okay, everyone. Let me show you the answer. Correct answer of this question is option one, that is DCEBA. The first one, The Hobbit 1937. Second option C, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe 1950. Lord of the Flies 1954. Northern Lights 1995 and The Goblet of Fire 2000. We have seen the Hollywood movies and at the same title, no? The Hobbit, The Goblet of Fire, Lord of the Flies, yeah, The Witch and the Wardrobe, The Lion. So this is the correct chronology of the publication of these works. Next question. If we have done this, no. Which question we were doing? 98, no? This thing we have also done. Where? Yes. 99 question, everyone. Sorry. According to Dhananjay, there are five elements of the plot. Parallel with the five stages of the action, from these respectively arise the five junctures. What is the correct sequence of these junctures? According to Dhananjay, there are five elements of the plot. Okay, five elements of the plot according to Dhananjay. Parallel with the five stages of the action, from these respectively arise the five junctures. What is the correct sequence you have to tell? Option A, Avamarsa. Option B, Mukha. Option C, Pratimukha. Option D, Upas Maharti. And option E, Gurbha. It's Garbha we can also pronounce, no? What would be the correct chronology of these junctures? So correct answer of this question is going to be the option. This is the correct chronology, that is Mukha, Pratimukha, Garbha, Vimarsa and Nirvana. So this is the correct chronology. Let's move on to the next question. This is what it has mentioned. Mukha, that is opening, Pratimukha progression, Garbha development, Vimarsa, that is here mentioned Amarsana, pause or turn, and Nirvana conclusion. So this is how you can remember. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 100, options also. Question number 100, arrange the following text of critical theory in the correct chronological order of their publication. Option A, Michael Foucault, The Archaeology of Knowledge. Option B, Roland Barthes, Mythologies. Option C, Jacques Derrida of Grammatology. Option D, Jacques Lacan, Eccritis. And option E, Jean-Francois Lyotard, The Postmodern Condition, a report on knowledge. Options you can see here. Following text of critical theory in the correct chronological order of their publication. This video is going to be very helpful for you to practice the PYQs of June 2024, that is from the shift 1. It takes a lot of time to retype the questions and prepare the answers, put the analysis, everything. It is too time consuming, everybody. I was thinking that teaching offline is difficult, but teaching online is most difficult from the offline. because you'd expect that teachers should not do any mistake, but still, as a human, we can't escape the mistake. It happens. Correct answer of this question is going to be this is option 3. BDCAE. Roland Barthes Mythologies 1957, Jacques Lanka Ecritus 1966, Michael Foucault The Archaeology of Knowledge 1969, Jacques Derrida of Grammatology 1967, and though published in 1967, it was written before Foucault's 1969 book. However, publication order matters here. They have asked the publication. So this is, I have also mentioned that 1967 was the publication year of Jacques Derrida's of Grammatology. And Jean Francis Lyotard, The Postmodern Condition 1979. So correct sequence of the publication is BDCA. Next question. 101. Should I go? Arrange the following works by South Asian writer in the correct chronological order of their publication. Option 1. Options. Cartography by Kamla Shamsi. Option B, The Name Shake by Jhumpa Lahiri. Option C, The Last Queen by Chitra Banerjee, Diva Karuni. Option D, Desirable Daughters by Bharti Mukherjee. And option E, The Inheritance of Loss by Kiran Desai. What could be the correct chronology? Chronology as per their publication. Again, most of the chronologies they have asked as per their publication, no? Yeah, many of the chronology as per their publication you will see from each genre. So the correct answer of this question is, everyone, option 4. Option 4, ADBEC, that is Desirable Daughters by Bharti Mukherjee 2002, A Cartography by Kamala Shamsi 2002. There was, when name was different, it's Kamla, here it is Kamila. B, The Name Shake by Jhumpa Lahiri 2020, 2003, The Inheritance of Loss by Kiran Desai 2006, and The Last Queen by Chitra Banerjee 2021. From 2020 to 2021, these works of publication has been mentioned here. These South Asian literary works reflects evolving themes over time, from identity and diaspora in Desirable Daughters and The Namesake to political history in Cartography. So these are the South Asian literary works. Do remember. Next question. I think we have done the 101 question, that is in Indian culture we thought as a shagun, right? So let me finish the class today here. Rest of the questions we will see the next time. Okay, so because I have also prepared for my exam, I hope you do understand. I am here, you can feel free to ask anything. I'm not going anywhere. Okay, everybody, so this is all for today. I have prepared all the questions here, but due to lack of time, I have to finish. Don't worry. So what you have to do at the end of the session, do give your positive feedback. I will be waiting. There are so much. Okay, so at the end of the session, what do you have to do? Do like, share and subscribe as mentioned here. Like, share and subscribe, and also press the bell icon the way this finger is showing you, to get all the latest informations, latest updates about these channels post. And to get the PDF of the class notes, you have to join the Telegram channel. That is, the link is mentioned in the bio and description also. Okay, yesterday's class that was based on cultural studies. I will put the PDF now, so everybody do prepare well. Do not get to worry, and it's a request. Do not panic. Do not get panic, because if you will get panic now, eventually you will forget everything, because it will create some type of disturbance in your mind. So you do not get to be panicked, but be calm and composed. Take a sip of your drink, that is water, and keep revising. Refresh your mind. This is the key of success. Instead of thinking that what will happen, just focus on your goal. Do not think what is going to happen next, because nobody can know the future, nobody can predict. Okay, so this is all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for your support, everyone. I really appreciate. Thank you so much for your support. Till then, for the next video, take care and bye bye. Thank you.